Hi vinyl community, it's Rob back for another video. I believe this is volume 4 now of my excuse me, vinyl catch-up videos. Hopefully this will be the final one. You'll be breathing a sigh of relief. And but yeah, I've had some crazy time again over the last week, 10 days. Just haven't had any time at all to do VC videos, let alone anything else really, other than work and dealing with family issues. So anyway, so I'm not going to go into that. So I've obviously got some albums to show, catch up on stuff that I've been buying online and from Ben over the last sort of 6 to 8 weeks. Some of these a little bit more recently, and one I picked up today, which I'm going to start off showing immediately. There's been a couple of videos recently made about XTC, particularly James Griffith's video that he did with Jeff Party, which was a really interesting video where they sort of discussed their love of the band and so on. And I was kind of I've been sitting on the fence for a long time with XTC, kind of a bit of a love-hate relationship with them. I've always liked their earlier stuff, which was kind of more electric and angular, which is people find odd because I'm so into kind of acoustic and folky music. So they've expected I like English Settlement more, or certainly, one of their later albums like that. But I just had real problems with that record. But I do play it about, sort of on every sort of 6 months or so I revisit it. And yeah, I played it last weekend and actually really enjoyed it. So for the first time, it's kind of actually just sort of seeped into the pores and kind of got under my skin. So so I thought I'd start investigating XTC a little bit more. So I picked this up. This is an Amazon purchase. This is a new reissue of their 1989 album, Oranges and Lemons. I always remember a friend of mine had this on CD when it came out. And this is a remastered edition, supervised apparently by Andy Partridge. So I guess it's going to sound pretty decent. It's 200 gram vinyl, so it's pretty heavyweight, and it is quite a weight. Quite nice. Comes in these polyline sleeves, just advertising the back catalogue and some Andy Partridge solo work. Nice kind of custom label there, with the orange and lemon coloured labels respectively. And yeah, this is they were kind of promoting the fact that this is a gatefold edition, because I believe the original was just kind of 2 records stuffed into one sleeve, and by all accounts, I've never seen a copy of it. I don't think they pressed probably that many, because it was kind of at the end of the kind of first sort of vinyl era, before sort of CDs took domination into the 90s. So I think hence the remastering of it. But yeah, it's the singles. I always remember the single Mayor of Simpleton. I always really liked off this. Really quirky, upbeat, ludicrously catchy pop song. King for a Day, I think, was the other single. I just thought, what the hell, it wasn't too expensive. I thought I'd give it a go. So pleased to get that. Okay. Few used vinyl now. These are a few I picked up from Ben's over the last over the last sort of couple of weeks or so. So this one is Randy Newman, to add to my collection, ever growing slowly, Randy Newman collection. This is his 1983 album Trouble in Paradise. I wasn't familiar with this record at all. And later Randy Newman is a kind of bit of a mixed bag, really. But this comes with a single, The Blues, which is a duet with Paul Simon. Yeah, which is not bad. You know, not bad at all. I've only actually spun this once, so yet to really kind of get to grips with it. But yeah, I mean, it sounds pretty good, and decent production, as you'd expect for sort of 80s. Randy Newman obviously is a great arranger as well. You know, usual kind of sardonic lyrics, very witty, intelligent kind of lyrics that he writes. Yeah, good stuff. This was an album that I didn't have any real great expectations for, but when I saw the cover, I just thought, oh, I've got to have that. This is Mungo Jerry, and You Don't Have to Be in the Army. Look at that for a cover. It's just superb. That's the full-length version. Definitely wouldn't want to telling you what to do. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, this is obviously, it's 1971 album. Mungo Jerry, Lee Dorsey, yeah, very bluesy, kind of typical kind of blues feel of the time. And yeah, it's all right, not bad, nothing really stand out or killer on this, but it's not bad. It's got a lyric sheet in there. I'm not sure if there was a single off this or not. I don't know. Maybe Richard McCook can tell me. I seem to remember he said he quite liked Lee Dorsey and Mungo Jerry. So that's the album, the label on Dawn Records. I like the way they've kind of printed the number, like sort of like a sort of stenciled stamp to make it look like a kind of military serial number, kind of add to the authenticity. Yeah, I mean, it's okay, you know. On a first listen, didn't blow me away, but again, just it was very cheap, and you know, as I say, I bought it really for the cover, but there you go. So this is one I was really pleased to pick up. Not one that I was previously aware of, a compilation. This is from 1980. This is Elvis Costello and the Attractions and 10 Bloody Marys and 10 How's Your Fathers, which alludes to the fact that there's 10 tracks on each side. And yeah, this is a kind of, I guess, a sort of mopping up of B-sides and some singles and alternative versions of some songs. I mean, it's great to hear his original version of Girls Talk, for instance, which I always loved, the Dave Edmunds version of that. What else have we got? We've got Watching the Detectives, Getting Mighty Crowded. We've got Tiny Steps. What's So Funny About Peace, Love and Understanding, which was on the American version of Armed Forces, but not on the UK version. Obviously, great Nick Lowe song there. Radio Radio, great. Nice version of My Funny Valentine, the Rodgers and Hart classic. So yeah, it's all in all, it's quite a nice record. So pleased to pick it up and add it to my fairly small Elvis Costello collection. Okay, next one was from Marketplace seller on online, and this is an album that I've sort of streamed a few times, and yeah, I don't think it's a necessarily sort of seen as one of their classic albums, but was very glad to pick it up. This is the Incredible String Band's last studio album, Hard, Rope and Silk and Twine. So this was recorded in December 73, released in 1974. And the tracks. Lovely minty copy of this. I mean, it absolutely looks just brand new, like it's never been played. That's the lyric inner with the band. Obviously, by this stage, the group had the girlfriends had gone. Licorice and Rose Simpson, and they'd recruited Malcolm LeMaistre, who's doing some vocals, and also ended up learning very quickly to play guitar and other instruments that he hadn't hadn't hitherto learned before. So yeah, yeah, I mean, this has some pretty good stuff on it. My favourite's probably the track "Dreams of No Return," Robin Williams song, absolutely sublime. One of my favourite songs in ISB songs, to be honest. Just wonderful arrangement. Just changes up the way through. Just got that wonderful, free kind of, you know, when Robin Williamson is at his best, his writing is just so free, and his style, and it's just, yeah, it's just wonderfully quirky and just flows wonderfully. And then side 2 is the epic Ithkos, which is a Mike Heron composition. I think there's a video on YouTube where they rented a house, and they're actually rehearsing to go on tour and record that song. I think it was rehearsals actually for this album, but yeah, really good. And also some of the original Island, Pink Room Island. And yeah, it came with this insert as well, which was nice. So, Incredible String Band just promoting their tour 1974. And you've got a Melody Maker, sort of facsimile of a Melody Maker write-up about the group from December 73, which is really nice. Tiny print, so I'll probably struggle to read that, but there you go. And then a little bit of an advert for some of their 70s albums, prior releases as well. But yeah, just a lovely, absolute minty copy. And to get it with the insert as well was a real bonus. Wonderful stuff. Okay, next one is another online purchase. It's a record that I've been looking for a very long time. Used to see it all the time in the 80s, but very beaten up kind of copies. This is Godling Cream's wonderful follow-up to their ill-received album Consequences. This is L from 1978. So I actually posted a picture of this on Facebook last night, and everybody made a kind of joke about taking my HGV, retraining to be an HGV driver. and everybody took it at face value. Seriously, and was, oh, that's a really good idea, Rob. Yeah, fantastic. And just, yeah, some people just don't get the irony, but there you go. Anyway, this was, so this came out after Consequences. So this was 1978 release. And again, just minty copy on original Mercury label. Really nice. It came with a kind of handwritten letter or note from the sellers. So that's Tapestry of Delights, record CDs and music memorabilia, which was very nice to get. And yeah, I paid up a little bit for this because it's just such a minty copy. I mean, it's literally, I don't think it's ever been played. And this inner is just absolutely just crisp as anything. As the lyrics, Kevin and Lol there. And yeah, I just love Godlin Cream. They're just particularly in the 70s and early 80s, I just think that they're just so bursting with ideas after leaving 10cc. Just, you know, very original. You really hear, especially on this Sporting Life, which is the opening track on this, you can hear sort of Lol Cream's the love of kind of music hall and just whimsy and sort of swing, and it just changes up. It's just all over the place. Very witty, idiosyncratic kind of lyrics. Wonderful stuff. But again, I don't think this album sold. I don't think it was particularly successful. I think there was a single off it, but I don't think it charted. So, you know, until I think later with Ismism, I think Under My Thumb and Wedding Bells, you know, this certainly didn't bother the charts, but it's great record. So, okay, something completely different now, adding to my Dave Evans collection. I'm being quite obsessed with this guy. This is his 74 album, Sad Pig Dance, on Rocking Mule Records. Okay. This is another online purchase. This was actually quite expensive, but it's Dave Evans albums are not easy to come by. So this is actually an album. This is his third album, and it's an album of instrumentals. The most famous probably being the opening song, Stage Fright. And there's a video on YouTube of him performing this on I think the Whistle Test from the 70s, and it's just masterful, absolutely masterful. He's playing a guitar that he actually built himself as well. I mean, the guy just brewed his, you know, made his own wine. Just immensely talented. Just, it's, you know, reading a biopic on him, and friends have said that, you know, whatever he turned his hand to, he'd just be brilliant at it. Just sickeningly talented. Yeah, lovely, you know, strange and beautifully melodic instrumentals. Wonderful record. The original actually came with a tablature instruction book, which I'm sure that I would never be able to follow in a million years, because his ability is just kind of way up there in the stratosphere. But I just wonder and just in amazement at the sheer skill and beauty of artists like this. Amazing, wonderful stuff. Sadly died earlier this year as well. So, okay, and then to finish with another couple of reissues to add to my Roy Harper collection. And these are these wonderful gatefold editions of his 60s and 70s output that have been reissued on Science Friction Records. So the first one is Folk Joke Opus. So this is his wonderful third album from 1969. It was actually designed, Roy actually wanted this to be in a diamond shape, hence the fact that it's kind of offset. So I've actually seen people frame this record. I've got a friend who actually framed their copy like that on the wall so that it can be viewed as Roy intended it. But yeah, magnificent record. Every single track on this is wonderful. Of course, this contains the sublime Magoon's Blues, sort of based loosely on the prisoner character, of course, from Patrick McGoohan, created in the late 60s. And then you've got the usual write-up there from Roy. That's a new essay that he's written. Really, really interesting, giving some context and the background to the recording of the album and the influence behind it. And the lyrics, of course. Nice pictures there on the inner. Yeah, and they're just really, really well done. Just wonderful, thick cardstock. So I just have a bit of an issue getting that in. Put that one down. And the other one is his second album, Come Out Fighting Genghis Smith. Yeah, hideous cover. I've never. The original was a similar shot of a kind of baby being born as well, but was never a fan. But the music within is just sublime, absolutely fantastic. Picture of Roy on the back there, looking very debonair there with his moustache. Yeah, and interestingly, they've actually got Freak Street, which is printed here. The opening track is Freak Suite. I don't know whether that was deliberate or a typo, but it's definitely the original title was Freak Street. So yeah, and again the same with new write-up. And lyrics. And yeah, once again, I mean, if you're not got into Roy Harper, but you want some on vinyl, it's a good time to pick it up because they are freely available online. So that's it, guys. Okay, thanks for tuning in, everybody who has. Once again, I'm sorry that I've been remiss in not uploading more content, certainly last week, 10 days or so. So say a lot still is going on in my life, which I'm kind of dealing with, but hope to still try and make at least one video a week, hopefully. We'll be going back to Ben's, hopefully at the weekend, either Saturday or Sunday. So I think he's got a few bits put aside for me. So hopefully do a video Sunday night or Monday next week, if not before. So cheers then, guys. Take care of yourselves, and I shall see you again soon. All the best. Bye-bye.